Hello again, it's me, the guy with the YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm back after a long time. Again. Because, school, it just gets to you like that, man. So anyways, as you can tell, it's October. So we're gonna do some spooky stuff with the spooky, scary skeletons. Yeah, and shivers down your spine. You see what I did? Yeah. You see what I did? You see what I did? Yeah, you see what I did there? Yeah, no kaiju related videos this month because I wanna do some Halloween related stuff. So yeah, I got two, maybe three other videos planned for this month that are actual reviews, and they're obviously October-y, Halloweeny, spooky related stuff. You know what I'm talking about. But today is not really much of a review, more of a showcase of my Evil Dead Book of the Dead collection, or really just of the ones that I've made. One second. There we go. Okay, so I just had to reach off screen a second there. So yeah, I like the Evil Dead movies. I'm a fan of them. So I have made the Book of the Dead from the movies several times, of varying quality. And I'm gonna warn you, some of this shit is really bad. Like so bad you'll turn white from fear of how bad it is. But anyways, we begin with my second one, because my first one that I ever made is completely gone. I have no idea what happened to it. But it was horrible, basically. It was a yellow envelope with electrical tape on it. That was it. The second one was actually a book cover, and it had duct tape on it and everything, and it was painted. I hated the look of it, and to the point where I destroyed it. I pulled all the tape off the cover so I could use it for a different version, well, of the actual hardback book cardboard. But the pages were sadly saved, so you have to look at the only remains of my earliest Book of the Dead. So there it is. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. Yeah. I was 11 years old. Okay. Yeah. Don't ask what an 11-year-old was doing watching Evil Dead, but yeah. I'm not gonna. God, that's awful. Whoa, that's really bright. Yeah. Okay, there we go. We gonna focus there? No. Well, anyways, that was the first one I made. Second one I made. Well, that was the second one I made. Third one I made was gone. It was a candy box that had electrical tape on it. I quickly stopped using electrical tape after that and went on to duct tape with, good God, this version. This was the fourth version I had made at the time. Yeah, it's a pile of shit, you know. I tore the pages out, transferred them to a new one, because I thought those had turned out okay. Yeah, you can see it was duct tape. Didn't even put tape on there. Painted it brown, put a black wash over it. To get the shape of the nose, eyes, and mouth, I twisted duct tape into like little logs. But I quickly found out that duct tape does not work for doing that, because it's too thick and, well, looks horrible and weird like that. So there's a pile of shit right there. Next one I made was the first one where I would find out that using masking tape worked better. I used it for mostly this part, the actual skin part. I'm trying to think of things to say here. The eyes are still duct tape, mouth and everything. I quickly found out soon after that was not the way to go, and the back is the last time I ever used duct tape on one of these. Actually, no, the next one is. And it's just a composition book. It's my math book from school in 7th grade. Yeah. That's. Anyways, next one is actually kind of good. This is my Evil Dead 2 version. Well, most of these are based off the one from Evil Dead 2, what everyone seems to do. And yeah, although I was never really pleased with the mouth, because I still use duct tape for that. Don't worry, I fixed it. Yeah, I kept this mouth just for that, so that I could do that gag. Anyways, this is what the original mouth would look like. You could see there's duct tape there. That was the last time I ever used duct tape to actually make them. You can see here, I redid the mouth later to have the flap and everything. And you can see, I think this one turned out okay, and you know, I think it's alright actually, you know. Painted it brown, just black, inside black wash. You know, inside, you got the pages. The first few aren't as good, I would say, you know, you got that there. It looks kind of weird. I don't know what I was doing there. Yeah. And this text here, if you're not familiar, it's called Bullscrit, or Font of the Dead. That's what Tom Sullivan, the guy who made the book for the movie, called it. I think he introduced it in the book for Evil Dead 2 and started using it on the DVD versions, but this is based on the Bullscrit from the DVD versions, not the one from the actual Evil Dead 2 book, but yeah. This was one of the last pages I'd added in. As you can see, I hid the word. Whoa, you're not focused there. Really not focused. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, as you can see, I hid the word ass there. That just shows my maturity. You got skull. You can see there it says, lick the blood off my shovel. Because, well, if you're a hardcore enough fan, you would know why I put that there. And you got some other stuff there. You got the Hero from the Sky page from Evil Dead 2. I mean, it turned out okay, but still could have been a lot better. Yeah, just flipping through this real quick. Yeah. And we got this at the end. I would rather not keep this, but it has the way to translate all the Bullscrit on there, so if you want to pause that, you can go back through the video, translate what this says. Yeah, that's my Evil Dead 2 book. I think it turned out okay. Now, here's a remain of one that I no longer have, or one that was never finished. This was originally going to be on a DVD cover, but it quickly crumbled away because I was trying to use clay to sculpt it. Yeah, as you can tell, it was supposed to be the Evil Dead 2 version, because, sorry about all this bad focusing and lighting, because it's got the skeletal nose and the way the mouth would have been shaped, yeah, but didn't come to fruition. So next we have this, which this was my school planner from this year, high school, so this was one that I made fairly recently. And yeah, as you can see, because it's made out of a planner from school, it's kind of flimsy. I tore all the pages out. I was originally going to put pages in it. I did a few, stained them, you know, because in case you're wondering, with this book, the pages were stained in soy sauce, and that's what I use to stain the pages all the time, because it's better than coffee and tea, in my opinion, for staining paper. Yeah, you know, I made pages and stained them, but I used them in a later version, which you will see at the end of this video. So yeah, and before I move on, I would like to say I also have the Evil Dead Book of the Dead edition DVD. I'm not going to go into detail with this. I'll give it its own review later of the actual book, not of the movie. But yeah, the next one is not an actual book. It's a phone case. I actually use this, so that's why it's all chipped away at the corners. But yeah, as you can see, it used to be a bootleg case from China. I just sculpted over it, painted it, put, I forget what it was called, some kind of sealery stuff, kind of like glue. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass to get off, though, I will say. And I had to take it off for this review because I wouldn't fit the phone onto my ghetto tripod, so it was a little difficult. But anyways, next, we have another Evil Dead 2 version. This is the one from the beginning of the movie where it comes to life and just moves its teeth around. Pointlessly, in my opinion, but still looks cool. So yeah, as you can see, this is basically same thing, you know. This is the one I actually tore apart my earliest version to get the hard book cover for it. Yeah, as you can see, we got the eyes coming out there. They're sculpted out of clay along with the jaws. You can see there, black, brown. red on the eyes to look like veins. The uvula back there is just painted. It's not sculpted. I have seen some where people have actually sculpted it. Cool, but nothing I really want to do. One of the teeth fell out, as you can see. I'm just going to put that in there. And the nose is still done with the twisted up masking tape, because it didn't do anything in that part. Open it up, there's nothing. Nothing. These pages aren't even stained. They're not even connected in. They're just there because it needs to have pages. You're not really meant to open this. It's just meant to look like that. So there's that. Next, we come to a teeny, teeny, tiny little book. Teeny, teeny, tiny little book of the dead. It's just a teeny, tiny little book of the dead. To kill your teeny, tiny little demon people. Yeah, just tiny. It's a piece of corrugated cardboard cut out, sculpted over it, and painted it very basically, but yeah, you know, if you have any figures you want to use that with, like the neck of ashes, then you have that. Next, we come to my final version, which I would say is the one I've done the most good on. Did not use tape for this one, but this is my attempt at a replica of the Evil Dead Book of the Dead from the first movie, not the second one like everyone does. So yeah, first one, I think it turned out alright. Not entirely accurate, well, not very accurate at all, but if you were to show this to anyone who's seen the first movie, they would definitely recognize it as the one from the first movie and not the second or third. So as you can see, it's got a lot of nice detail in it. How I made this, it was, well, I drew out a picture of the book from the first movie. I would have printed out one, but, well, every time I tried to print out the book, it turned out really small, so that was not an option. So I had to draw it out as best I could, sculpt it over the drawing with clay, so basically made the drawing 3D, and then poured a good 3 layers of liquid latex over it. And that was for the front cover and spine. Those two parts were joined. For the back cover, I did a new sculpt. I didn't draw it out or anything, I just sculpted it. And then liquid latex, although it was a little more problematic because I only used 1 layer, whereas the front and spine I used 3, so there were a lot of holes and air bubbles. And I reused the back cover for the inner covers. And this is what's left of them from the first time. That reminds me of like a leather face mask or something. But anyways. So yeah, that's how I made it. Just put it onto corrugated cardboard. And when I was peeling the latex off, it was really hard because there were a lot of gaps in the sculpt. So there are bits of paper and clay, especially around the mouth, stuck underneath the latex. So if you hit it there, you can hear the clay hitting the cardboard. There's paper stuck under there on the mouth because I didn't sculpt anything for the mouth. Yeah, you got the eyes there. There's a hole in the eye there. That's technically not accurate. There were 2 versions used in the movie, the hero and stunt. The stunt one was when Ash was pulling it away, the book away from the fireplace with the necklace so he could get it and throw it in. That version did have a hole in the eye, but the hole actually went through the book onto the page. This does not, so that's just a little inaccuracy there. It's very inaccurate, but it's recognizable as which version it is. Open it up. We got the pages here. So this is my first time actually painting them. Normally I draw them with a pencil, but yeah, I'm not the best drawer, but I think it turned out pretty good. You can see there, got the bullscrit. You can translate that if you want. You know, you got yeah. Anyways, yeah. And all the pages there. Got that Tom Sullivan skull again. And there's that. You know, it could have come out a little bit better, but it turned out alright. Some of these are used from the older version, so like this page actually repeats itself. So I just turn there's the moon page. Like, this is a repeat of this page. As you can see there, that is the same as that. Yeah, and then yeah, as you can see there's that again. This page, same as, let me find it here, this page, although this one looks a little better. I think of the melting arms, that's supposed to be Pee-wee head, map, and then There's the last page. That's actually